Welcome to my first ever book haul on this channel. Book hauls are going to be few and far between on this channel because I don't haul books very often. But I was at my library's book sale recently, and library book sales are the best because you can get books for so cheap there. And I have some treasures I want to share with you today. First, I'm going to talk about a book that I got for the summer reading program at the end of the summer. You could pick a book. They had like a cart of books that you can pick any book from. And I picked Prince of Thorns by Lawrance. I've not read any Lawrence books yet, but I now own Prince of Thorns. So maybe this will be the first Lawrence book I read. And as I talk about these books, I'm going to be putting them on my half-empty bookshelf back here because this is where the books are going to live now. Two other amazing finds I found at the library book sale is A Clash of Kings and A Dance with Dragons. These are both ex-library books. I took off all of the library wrappings on them, so they actually look pretty nice. A Dance with Dragons is definitely in a little bit better condition than A Clash of Kings. A Clash of Kings has been read a few times, and the binding, particularly right here in the front, isn't great, but the book is in good condition otherwise. And I am super happy because these are the first Game of Thrones books I own. I have listened to the audio for a Game of Thrones and A Clash of Kings. I actually want to go back through the series and read them physically, not just listen to the audiobook. And I now have two of the books. So I am excited to do that. The next really exciting book I got from the library book sale, which is also an ex-library book, I'm pretty sure all of these were ex-library books, is Golden Age by Naomi Novik. This is a collection of short stories in the Temeraire world, and the Temeraire series is one of my favorite series. The Temeraire dragon is like my favorite dragon ever. And this also has some art in the back of the book that is just gorgeous. I hope that is focusing. This book also is in super good condition, and it has this really shiny gold cover underneath, which is just pretty. This is a very nice looking book. I've not read any of these short stories, but I have been rereading the Temeraire books this year, and when I finish my reread, I will be reading the short stories in this book. The next treasure I found is Empire of Gold. I have read one book by Shannon Chakrabory. That was The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi, and I absolutely loved that book. And I want to read all of the other books Shannon Chakrabory wrote. And she wrote the Sabaa trilogy before she was writing the Amina al-Sarafi books. So I think this is the third book in the Sabaa trilogy, so obviously I need to read the first two before I get to this one. But I now have this book whenever I am ready to read it, which hopefully I will be reading through the series next year. The next treasure I found is A Torch Against the Night. I read An Ember in the Ashes whenever it very first came out, and I enjoyed that book, and then I just never continued with the series. So now I own book 2, which means I have no excuse not to continue with this series. And the final treasure I found at the library book sale is the first 3 books in the Long Price Quartet. These are a series of books from Daniel Abraham. So the first one is A Shadow in Summer, and then we have a Betrayal in Winter and An Autumn War. These books are also former library books, but they are in excellent condition, particularly these two. They almost feel like they've never been read, which is probably why they were in the library book sale. I have heard excellent things about Daniel Abraham's character work, so I am really excited to get into these books. Oh my gosh, and I almost forgot. One more bonus book that I almost forgot. I have The Inheritance and Other Stories by Robin Hobb / Megan Lindholm. If you don't know, Robin Hobb is a pen name. I'm pretty sure Megan Lindholm is also a pen name. And I don't know anything about this book, but I will literally pick up anything that has Robin Hobb's name on it. I want to read everything she writes. So I am really excited to have this collection of stories from Robin Hobb. Pretty much all of these books were under $2 a book. Most of them were $1 or 50 cents, which is just incredible and why I am able to have this many books in a book haul, because otherwise I literally don't get books like this often. I'm probably never going to have another book haul on this channel for like another year. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Let me know which of these books I should read first, and I hope to see you in another video. Happy reading!